What's up everybody? Welcome back to Info Cafe for another video that's gonna blow your mind. Today, we're talking about laws around the world. You know, those things that are supposed to keep everything in order? Well, some countries have laws that are straight up bonkers, like, seriously, you won't believe some of the stuff that's illegal in other parts of the world. We're talking things that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about right and wrong. Get ready to dive into the top 15 shocking laws around the world. Things that are so crazy, you'll be thanking your lucky stars you don't live there. We're talking bans, restrictions, and rules that'll make you say, what were they thinking? So buckle up and let's start. First up, we're heading over to Singapore, a country known for its cleanliness and order. They take their rules seriously, especially when it comes to one thing, chewing gum. Yep, you heard me right. Chewing gum is straight up illegal in Singapore. I'm talking about importing it, selling it, even having a pack in your pocket. It's a big no-no. Back in 1992, they decided enough was enough with the gum spitting, the sidewalks were getting nasty, and the MRT trains were covered in the sticky stuff. They wanted to keep their city sparkling, so they slapped a ban on chewing gum. And let me tell you, they're not messing around. Get caught with gum in Singapore, and you're looking at a hefty fine. So if you're planning a trip to Singapore, leave your bubble gum at home. Trust me, you don't want to mess with the gum police. Alright, next up we're jetting off to Greece, the land of ancient history, beautiful beaches, and apparently a very strict dress code when it comes to historical sites. You know, those iconic places like the Acropolis? Well, if you're planning on channeling your inner Greek goddess, you might want to leave the stilettos at home. That's right, wearing high heels at certain historical sites in Greece is a big no-go. Why, you ask? Well, those ancient ruins are fragile, and those pointy heels can do some serious damage, like scratching up the marble and causing erosion. We're talking about structures that have been around for centuries, so ditch the heels and opt for some comfy sandals instead. Your feet will thank you, and you won't risk damaging a piece of history. Alright guys, imagine this. You're about to clutch up a win in Fortnite, hearts racing, palms are sweaty, and bam! The game shuts off. You've been hit by the Cinderella law? Yup, in South Korea, if you're under 16, you can kiss your late-night gaming sessions goodbye. This law is wild. The government basically said, go to bed kids. They're super serious about fighting gaming addiction and making sure kids are getting enough sleep. I mean, I get it. Sleep is important. But cutting off Fortnite in its prime? That's brutal. Can you imagine if this happened in the US? No more late-night streams? No more grinding to unlock those awesome skins? It'd be chaos. I'm curious though, do you guys think this law is too harsh or totally genius? Let me know in the comments. But hey, at least you can still eat Kinder eggs in South Korea, right? Oh wait, about that. Next up, we're diving into a mystery that's baffled chocolate lovers for decades. Why are Kinder eggs illegal in the US? I mean, come on. What's more exciting than cracking open a chocolate egg and finding a cool toy inside? Well, apparently the US government thinks it's a recipe for disaster. They're worried about choking hazards, especially for little kids. I guess they think we're all just gonna swallow those tiny toys whole? I don't know about you, but I've got a pretty good track record of not choking on my Kinder eggs. So, while kids all over the world are putting together tiny race cars and mini figurines, American kids are stuck with boring old plain chocolate. It's a national tragedy, I tell ya. But hey, at least we can feed pigeons in peace, right? Oh wait, never mind. Alright guys, picture this. You're strolling through the beautiful canals of Venice gondola, gliding by romantic music playing, and you decide to toss a few crumbs to those cute little pigeons. Sounds innocent, right? Wrong. In Venice, feeding the pigeons is a big no-no. You could get slapped with a hefty fine for showing these birds some love. Why? Because apparently, those cute little pigeons are actually feathered menaces, wreaking havoc on the city's historic buildings. They say these birds are like little flying bulldozers pecking away at ancient statues and leaving their mark all over the city. So the Italian government decided to fight back by banning pigeon feeding. They even have pigeon police patrolling the streets, watching for anyone who dares to offer these birds a snack. I'm not sure about you, but I think I'll stick to feeding the squirrels in my backyard. They're less likely to land me with a fine. Alright guys, imagine this. You just crushed a late night snack, maybe some Swiss chocolate or something, and you gotta go. You do your business, reach for the handle, and bam! Illegal activity. Okay, not really, but in some Swiss apartments, flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. is a big no-no. I know, right? It sounds crazy. Apparently, it's all about noise pollution. These Swiss apartments, especially the older ones, have walls thinner than a stack of Pringles, so that flush could be waking up your neighbors. And the Swiss, they take their peace and quiet seriously. They have some of the strictest noise control laws out there. It's all about respecting your neighbors and letting everyone get a good night's sleep. But hey, at least you'll have something to talk about at breakfast, right? Just maybe not while your neighbors are eating their cereal. Okay, so you know how we love giving away money in those crazy challenges? Well, in Malaysia, you might get in trouble for wearing the wrong color shirt. No, seriously. Back in 2011, the Malaysian government decided that yellow shirts were off limits. Why yellow, you ask? Well, it all started with a group called the Bersih movement. They were all about making elections fairer and stuff. And guess what their signature color was? Yep, yellow. They organized these massive protests, everyone wearing yellow, demanding change. The government wasn't exactly thrilled. They saw the whole yellow shirt thing as a big challenge to their authority, so they decided to ban the color outright. Talk about a fashion faux pas. It just goes to show, you never know what's going to be controversial in different parts of the world. And when it comes to cars, the Autobahn in Germany is basically a legend. No speed limits, just pure driving freedom. But there's one thing you absolutely do not want to do on the Autobahn: run out of gas. I'm serious. It's actually illegal. I know what you're thinking. How can they make running out of gas illegal? Well, the Autobahn is all about speed and efficiency. When a car breaks down, especially on those high-speed stretches, it's a major safety hazard. Think about it. Cars flying by at 150 miles per hour. And suddenly there's a sitting duck in the middle of the road. So before you hit the Autobahn, make sure you've got a full tank and a working car. The Germans are serious about their rules of the road, and nobody wants to be that guy causing a traffic jam on the Autobahn. Trust me, it's not a good look. Alright, guys, we've seen some wild laws so far, but North Korea takes the cake when it comes to hair. Forget platinum blonde or a little pink. You can basically forget about anything other than their state-approved colors. And let me tell you, those approved colors are about as exciting as watching paint dry. We're talking basic black, brown, maybe a touch of gray if you're feeling adventurous. Seriously, the government straight up tells you what you can and can't do with your hair. It's all about control, keeping everyone looking uniform and in line. Can you imagine being told you can't rock your blue tips or that fire engine red you've always dreamed of? It's a wild thought. But in North Korea, it's a reality. So next time you're feeling adventurous with your hair, just be thankful you don't live in North Korea, because that rainbow mohawk could land you in some serious hot water. We all love a good kite fight, right? The thrill of the chase, the wind whipping through your hair, the satisfying snap of a cut string. Well, in some parts of Pakistan, that fun tradition takes a dark turn. We're talking about glass-coated kite strings, folks, sharp enough to cut through flesh, and they have. It's called the Bazant ban, and it was put in place after way too many accidents, some even fatal. Imagine just walking down the street minding your own business when bam! A stray kite string slices you up. Not exactly a fun day out. The government had to step in because things were getting out of hand. People were getting seriously injured, and it was causing a whole lot of chaos. So no more kite fighting in those areas. It's a shame, but sometimes safety has to come first. It's a good reminder that even the most innocent-seeming activities can have some seriously dangerous consequences. Alright guys, picture this. You're cruising down the coast of Spain, sun on your face, wind in your hair, and your favorite pair of flip-flops on your feet. Sounds like the perfect summer day, right? Well, hold your horses, or should I say your rental car, because in Spain, rocking those flip-flops while driving could cost you a hefty fine. Now, it's not like there's a law specifically against wearing flip-flops behind the wheel, but the Spanish authorities are all about safety, and they're not afraid to crack down on anything they deem a hazard. And let's be real, those loosey-goosey sandals aren't exactly known for their driving prowess. Imagine your flip-flop gets caught under the brake pedal at a crucial moment. Not a good look, right? The law basically says you need to be in full control of your vehicle at all times, and if those flimsy flip-flops compromise that control, you're in trouble. So, next time you're planning a Spanish road trip, pack some sensible shoes along with your swimsuit and sunscreen. Trust me, the last souvenir you want is a ticket for a footwear faux pas. Alright guys, this next one is wild. We're talking about Japan, the land of sushi, robots, and, wait for it, waistline regulations? You heard that right? Back in 2008, Japan introduced what's called the Metabo Law. Basically, it sets limits for how big people's waists can be. But here's the catch, it mainly applies to people over 40. We're talking 33.5 inches for men and 35.4 inches for women. Can you imagine getting measured by the government? Now, before you freak out, it's not like you get thrown in jail for having a few extra pounds. Instead, the law puts pressure on companies and local governments to offer weight loss programs and encourage healthier lifestyles. They even do these public weigh-ins. Talk about motivation, right? It's all about tackling obesity and rising healthcare costs. I mean, Japan is known for its long life expectancy, so I guess they're doing something right. Still, could you imagine this law in America? The internet would explode. Okay, this next law is straight up bizarre. We all love Winnie the Pooh, right? The cuddly bear who loves honey? Well, not so much in China. Turns out, Winnie the Pooh is basically banned there. No merch, no movies, no nothing. Why? Because people started comparing him to the Chinese president. I'm not kidding. Apparently, some internet memes started circulating that showed similarities between Winnie and the president. The government didn't find it funny at all. They saw it as disrespectful and decided to just shut down the whole Winnie the Pooh thing. Can you imagine a world without Winnie the Pooh? Alright guys, we're on to the 14th craziest law on the list, and this one is absolutely wild. Imagine getting in trouble for forgetting someone's birthday, not just anyone's, but your wife's. In Samoa, this isn't just a relationship faux pas, it's against the law. Now, I'm not saying you should test this one out, but apparently forgetting your wife's birthday is a serious offense in Samoa. It's all about respect and cultural importance, you know? They take their traditions seriously. I can't imagine Chandler forgetting Monica's birthday. Could you imagine the fallout? I gotta give it to the people of Samoa. They definitely know how to keep things interesting. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm definitely adding Remember Wife's Birthday to my to-do list every single day from now on. Okay guys, have you ever dropped some cash on the ground and just stepped on it to keep it from blowing away? Well, in Thailand, that could get you into some serious trouble. We're talking about law number 15 on our list of the world's most shocking laws. And this one is all about respect. See, in Thailand, their currency features images of the king and the royal family, and they're deeply respected figures. Stepping on their image, even accidentally, is seen as incredibly disrespectful, like a major no-no. We're talking potential legal consequences, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely dropped money on the ground before and not thought twice about picking it up. But after learning about this law, I'm definitely going to be extra careful when I'm handling money in Thailand. Respect is key, people. So guys, we just went through 15 of the most shocking laws from around the world. From chewing gum bans to Winnie the Pooh crackdowns, we've seen it all. It's crazy to think about how different things are done in other countries, right? But here's the thing, laws change all the time. What's illegal today might be totally normal tomorrow. That's why it's so important to do your research before you travel. You definitely don't want to accidentally break the law just because you didn't know any better. So next time you're planning a trip, remember to brush up on the local customs and laws. It might just save you from a hefty fine or worse. And hey, If you do decide to test out any of these laws, make sure you've got a good lawyer on speed dial. Let us know in the comments which of these laws shocked you the most. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep exploring this crazy world of ours.